Hello and welcome. My name is Zappy Roth, and this is the Voice of Cards, the Forsaken Maiden for the PC. On our last episode, we went to therapy. Apparently, Latty does not like flowers, or basically, my guess is she was suffering from anxiety. So we fixed that heart scar. So we're doing some immersive therapy here. But with that being said, we got through that. And we are now heading back to the Azure Maiden Throne to do the Maiden Ritual. So she's pretty hesitant, so I'm expecting something not to go right. But let's get to it. I'm not going to make any changes to the cards and stuff like that. We're going to keep it the way it is for this one, and then we'll change up on the next one. Stop by the store, pick up some stuff. But actually, before we do that, let's look at Callow. I just want to be a normal girl, wear cute clothes, spend time with my friends, liven things up, talk of who we like. But talk of who we like, is that too much to ask? Everyone treats me like I'm special. They tell me what to wear and who I can talk to. This is my normal. The raint. Laughter's contagious. If I want to include giggle fits in everyone else, first I must work on making myself smile. Strange, everyone's laughing but me. Guess it isn't so contagious when it's contemptuous. The gazing. Watching kids climb trees and explore caves and whatnot makes me want to go out on an adventure of my own. I don't think we got that one. That settled? I don't have a single friend I can turn to when I need help. I'll probably die all alone in this cold, unforgiving world. Yeah, you and me both. The torpid. I like to look at the ocean. The sound of the gently lapping waves, the clouds floating through the sky, it makes me feel like time passes more slowly. I am afforded no rest. All that my mission asks of me consumes my thoughts. The mere passage of time is a paralyzing horror. The wrathful. Ever since I was young, I've wanted to be the kind of woman everybody loves, the kind everybody trusts, who makes everyone around her happy. Everyone in the village yells at me. All they've done is foist this destiny upon me, and they dare berate me. I am all that keeps them from death, the ungrateful cretins. The glaring. He's going to stand by me forever. He, and only he, sees the real me. I don't have to be the maiden around him. Well done. Just checking to make sure that we don't have all of this one though. The fear rock, since we did this one last time. Listen close and you'll hear the unending wails echoing from deep inside the mine. They're none other than the laments of the very children who are trapped by a cave-in. That is freaking creepy.
So, you're leaving. The man seems quite concerned. I'll be back before you know it, you tell him, hoping to put him at ease.
Wow, I didn't realize they had new dialogue. So might be the last time I see this flower bed. Oh, okay. I guess maybe I just didn't see the man. Okay, item shop. There's someone sells some stuff. Items. Okay. One last thought.
You hear voices inside. Grief appears to be holding a meeting with the other villagers to ease their troubled minds. You'd better not interrupt.
Oh, that answers that question.
Fight him off. Excellent.
That does not look like I could change it. But I do need to run away for an achievement, so... Spot something blown into the sky from a whale's spout. It looks like it might fall this way, but it's hard to make out with the sun behind it. What do you do? Obviously it's an enemy. You hurriedly draw your sword. It was a monster. The blow you struck it has it disoriented. You immediately dives back into the sea and swims away, leaving behind a scattering of clouds. Let's make sure I'm heading in the right direction. Yes. Where are we heading? A bizarre rock appeared. It seemed to be primed to explode. That's a pure rock. Ah, shit.
Good work. I'm back, Fila exclaims cheerfully to the unsurprised gazes of her fellow villagers. They seem well accustomed to her gallivanting off on some adventure or another. Hyde suggests that you get some rest before the ritual, so you head to the inn.
Hopefully he's been gaining XP. Okay.
That night at the inn, you get to thinking about the ritual. It's a right to protect the island, one passed down through generations of maidens. If Latty becomes one, she'll have to do the same. Latty, paying you no mind, gobbles down her food, occasionally choking on bread. Well, sweet dreams. Fila and Hyde await you outside the inn. They tell you that in order to conduct the ritual, they have to visit the altar where the spirit is enshrined. To do so, you must go off the southern shore of the island.
Okay, oh, do I own one of these? Oh man, 8K though. I do not. I am. Or can I? Oh, okay. I just can't go that way.
A crowd of villagers gathers as your party is about to leave Coveton. A villager hands Fila a talisman shaped like a fish. He says that it contains a spell to help you along the way to the altar and a wish for the ritual's success.
Good luck with your ritual. We're praying for you. We love your smile.
The villagers shower Fila with warm words of encouragement. It appears the free-spirited maiden's smile has uplifted the villagers' hearts. Thank you for always watching over me, she says, with the same bright smile as always.
Venture to the coast south of Coveton.
When you arrive at the shore, Hyde speaks. Now we go underwater.
Underwater? How?
Hyde explains that the talisman the townspeople gave them contains magic that allows you to breathe underwater.
Oh, no.
Hyde explains that the temple where the ritual is carried out is underwater. That's why. Hyde sees that you still have your doubts. Let me show you instead, he says, then activates the magic talisman. Come on, follow me, Fila exclaims cheerfully. She and Hyde both dive underwater without a moment's hesitation. Latty looks at the water apprehensively, and you can see her pondering her ability to swim. Before she can drown in self-doubt, though, you take her hand and follow Fila and Hyde's lead. Stop, we'll drown, Lack shouts, but you pay it no mind.
Lack of all of them should know what's going on.
Life seems to be one odd experience after the next lately. Though you're underwater, you can breathe. You inhale deeply, but only air fills your lungs. Latty stares in wide-eyed wonder at the colorful coral reef and myriad fish swimming about. You find the seabed temple resting quietly at the bottom of the ocean. It's now a peaceful haven for sea creatures.
Venture into the seabed temple.
From the window, you can see the few rays of sunlight that reach the sea floor, undulating in the current. Despite being submerged, the temple is filled with air. You can't help but wonder if this is the power of the spirit at work. In her ever-cheerful way, Fila explains that this is where Azure Maidens undertake the ocean trials. "Let's get going," she exclaims. Hyde watches as she leads the way, concern apparent in his eyes.
Get to the altar inside the seabed temple.
A crystal is carved into the stela.
Wow. Formative.
Show him what you got.
New enemies. All right. Well, obviously, let's kill us all with thunder and lightning. You know what I forgot to do? Check skills and the equipment. Fine. Figure it out. Electric eels.
Magnificent.
Yeah, I know. Let's do skills. Blue. Actually, yeah. What do we got for you? Of all, your target of all status ailments except KO. Actually, right now. They don't level up. Check abilities. Equipment, ring protection. I mean, it makes me go a little bit slower. Alright, I am gonna go ahead and equip him with the Sea Worm's enemy story. Let's go ahead and get that one, shall we? Let's just go ahead and read it. The flesh of this mammoth creature is delicious raw, boiled or roasted, but it also stores well-dried, making it ideal for feeding the hungry masses. Of course, people are not the only ones who find these creatures delectable. Partaking of its flesh risks feeding any number of its attendant parasites. Oh. Well. Alright, anyways, equipment. Set up. We'll go, yeah.
The stela is shaped like the Azure Spirit, guardian of the Isle.
Crystal's card. Okay, I get that. Get this for before we go into the door. There's a chest found. Numbstay protects against paralysis.
The door is sealed tight. The image of a crystal is carved into it. On further inspection, you see words inscribed as well, but they're faint. You can make out the words, "Touch the Stela." This must be the trial, Fila murmurs. You decide to look for clues to help her open the door.
Crystal's carved into the stela.
Maybe I have to do it because it's my trial, Fila says, reaching out toward the Stela.
Yeah, I mean, it's her trial.
Fila gently touches the Stela, and it releases a faint light, but the area remains silent. There is no indication that the door has opened. Let me try again, Fila says, touching the Stela once more. This time, the light dissipates. She then panics and replaces her hand on the Stela, causing the light to return. It appears the Stela can be illuminated and darkened by the Azure Maiden's hand. A temple is carved into the Stela.
That one's new.
The light dissipates, along with the light of the other Stela. It appears you've made a mistake.
Oh, okay, so the ones with the crystals. Crystal. Yes.
You hear a noise in the distance. It's the sound of the crystal door being unlocked.
All right. Eventually, the crystal door.
Past the crystal door is yet another door. On this one is a carving of a temple.
A way to open the emblazoned temple sign.
A fish is carved into the Stela.
No.
You decide that this isn't the Stela you're looking for, and try to find another.
I know where one's at. This is a temple.
You hear a noise in the distance. It's the sound of the temple door being unlocked.
Yes.
Don't hold back. There's nothing carved into the door, nor is there a keyhole. It appears to be sealed by a mysterious power. Upon scanning the area, you see another door. Perhaps it's worth looking into.
Mayhap.
There's a map carved into the door. Realizing that there is no keyhole, you figure it must be sealed by a mysterious power. You recognize the pattern from your own map. This is the South Isle, you say. From behind you, you hear a door open. Sounds like we're being invited in, Fila remarks. You all exchange looks before heading toward the noise.
The island map is the one that I gotta open. Maiden is with the amiss. I don't know how big it is.
Fila gently touches the stela, and it releases a faint light, but you don't hear a door open. There must be some other stela you need to illuminate.
Fish chest found! We have one path though. Ibis. Ibis. I think it's first. Ivy.
The stela glows faintly. Touching it, you decide to leave the stela in all its illuminated glory.
Ivy.
When Fila touches the stela, it begins to shake. The maiden steps back, just as the stela transforms into a monster and charges at you.
Boy, we're doing
Excellent.
tons of damage. wow, that did a lot of damage actually.
It appears some monsters mimic Stela here, Hyde remarks calmly. Despite the battle you just fought. Right, you reply. Then steel yourself as you continue your Stela search.
Oh.
The Stela is shaped like the Azure Spirit, guardian of the Isle. You can see the following words carved into it.
The way shall open for those to discern truth from falsehood.
When Fila touches the Stela, it transforms into a monster and charges at you.
I want to go touch the ibis ones.
Fortune favors the bold. And fight.
Pretty much does no damage though. The only thing that does do damage is that dark attack. Wow, that's...
When you do, you hear a distant sound. There's no doubt the door with the map carving has opened.
Put you to the island map door.
Touching the stela seems to elicit no reaction at all.
As I was saying, I should have killed all the Stellas.
A moon is carved on the west side of the isle.
Sure, touch it.
You wait a moment, but nothing seems to change. There must be other stela you need to illuminate. A sun is carved on the east side of the isle. You illuminate 2 stela, but the path remains closed. There must be other stela you need to illuminate.
Okay. You have filled the necessary requirements to unlock the Siren's backside door. Sirens cannot abide ugliness and prize beauty above all. Their silken singing voices have been known to enchant many a sailor during moonlit voyages. They will abscond with the most beautiful men from among the crew to become their mates. The ugly remainders left to watch in silence. I don't know if that's a fun time, because
a lighthouse is carved in the center of the isle.
touch it.
Fila gently touches the stela, and it releases a faint light. The light dissipates, along with the lights of the other
Aw.
stela. It appears you've made a mistake.
I don't care if I made a mistake. Let's see. Yeah.
A star is carved in the center of the isle.
Oh, right, it's a monster. I'm trying to get the story, so. There we go. You fulfilled the necessary requirements to unlock the Gargoyle's enemy story. Whoosh. Water spills from the mouths of these overwrought rain gutters as they peer down over the domain from atop the church. Drip, drip, drip. But that's no gutter, it's a beast. Saliva drips from its unexpected lips, which will no doubt be stained red with blood by morning.
The stela is shaped like the Azure Spirit, guardian of the Isle. You can see the following words carved into it.
The sun rises and gives way to the moon and watches over the isle. When the tower is alight, the way to me shall be open. So the sun, the tower is alight.
A boat is carved in the center of the isle.
Sure. Alright, the sun rises and gives way to the moon that watches over the isle. The sun, moon, and then tower, maybe? Yeah.
Stela gently touches the stela, and it releases a faint light. You can hear something crumbling. Then suddenly, seawater begins rushing into the room. As if the water isn't bad enough, a gigantic and terrifying snake-like figure comes with it. The water threatens to knock you off balance. But you steady yourselves and prepare for battle.
Oh, I thought we'd been underwater this whole time.
And fight.
Let's go for the lead one first. This on you. Alright. Oh, let me down this time. Damn it, dude. Freaking hell. The second time she's whiffed. She's gonna go down. Need some triage here. Oh. Let's do another Oh. Still 10. Try again. I mean, they're going to be resistant to this, but I don't know. They weren't.
Once the battle ends, the rushing waters calm. The trial in this room seems to be over. You might be able to find the path onward now.
Right, head to the altar inside the Seabed Temple.
The wall itself opens up like a door, revealing a room behind it. You wonder if this is where the water and monster from earlier were hiding. The stela is shaped like the Azure Spirit, guardian of the Isle. There are no words carved in it.
That's a total lie. I can see the picture that there is.
This door has been passed through for the ocean trials many a time. There are no words carved into it.
The way to me shall open.
You hear a mysterious voice echoing in your head. And then the door opens, as if inviting the maiden in.
Enter through the door to the altar of the Seabed Temple.
You stand before the altar, where the ritual will take place. Grateful for helping her pass the ocean trials, Fila speaks to you and your allies one by one. We always had the best conversations, she tells Latty with a smile. Latty returns the gesture. Thank you for showing me a strange new world, she says to Lack, who blushes ever so slightly. Finally, the Azure Maiden turns toward you with an earnest look in her eyes. Protect Latty, she tells you. Fila sees through your evasive reply and smiles, knowing that she can trust you. Before the ritual, the two hold each other without a word, sharing in their mutual warmth. The scene before you almost breaks your heart. It's as if the two are saying their final farewells. Fila climbs atop the altar, and the maiden's relic begins to shine, as if responding to the altar. Amidst the dazzling light, the Azure Maiden turns to you and speaks.
Thank you so much for everything.
With those words, Fila transforms into light and journeys to where the spirit dwells. Her ceaseless smile remains on her face until the very last moment. The tears on her cheeks, however, tell a different story. The Azure Maiden's relic clatters to the altar. The ritual is over. Silence fills the room. Fila, the Azure Maiden, is gone. The sacrificial Maiden's ritual, conducted to protect the island, has claimed her. You shift your gaze toward Latty and wonder if she embarked on this journey knowing this harsh truth. A voice breaks the silence.
Finally, that infernal woman is finally gone.
The Azure attendant's spiteful laughter reverberates throughout the room. Neither you nor Latty can hide how shaken the man's sudden transformation has you. You had expected sadness, not this. Your voice quivers as you ask. Hyde doesn't hesitate to answer your fearful question. Hyde tells you that the village forced him to be the Maiden's attendant, regardless of his wishes. Attendants must follow the village customs and continue to serve the spirit summoned by the Maiden during the ritual for their entire lives. Becoming an attendant forced him to give up on his childhood dream of becoming an accessory craftsman. Because of that, he abhorred the Azure Maiden from the bottom of his heart. Even so, he continued to play the role of the smiling lover that Fila desired. Hyde raises his fist overhead to smash his couple's charm, indelibly stained with his deep-seated feelings of hatred. But he cannot bring himself to throw it down.
A beautiful amulet. Make one for me too.
The words of the sprightly young Azure Maiden echo in his mind. Though he should have hated her, he had been bewitched by her magical smile. The cries of the Azure attendant, filled with both hatred and sorrow, reverberate through the halls of the seabed temple forever and ever.
Cute and playful, Azure Maiden. And her dependable and composed Azure attendant. The lovers share a precious moment in time. Their adventures together. Give the maiden resolve to face her cruel fate. Her smile becomes naught but a memory at the seabed altar, where the attendant reveals how he abhorred her. the echoes of their suffering linger still in the hearts of those who bore witness. Tale of the Azure Maiden. Yeah. The trials and rites below the waves revealed the bitter truths. Latty gained memories of friendship. You obtained the Azure Memories Relic.
Hyde says, "Leave me be." Your group leaves him and re-emerges from the depths of the sea. Latty grips Phila's Maiden's Relic in hand. The Azure attendant entrusted it to you to help you on your journey. When you parted ways, Hyde informed you that there was rumored to be... When you parted ways, Hyde informed you that there was rumored to be a hot-blooded maiden in Hero's dominion on an isle in the Western Ocean. You call out to Latty, who is gazing forlornly at the Maiden's Relic, and your group returns to your journey.
The more you travel together, the more your bond with Latty deepens. You and Latty, yes, learned a new Link skill, Thunderstrike. Deal plus 12 bolted damage, inflicts paralysis if rolled is 6 or higher. That's nice. Phil and Hyde have left the party. Lack is eligible now for battle. Head for the pier of the South Isle where your ship is docked. You fulfill the necessary requirements and unlock Phila's flip-side story, as well as Hyde's. Well, let's take a look at those, and then we'll close this episode. The Azure Maiden and savior of the Coveton, fun-loving, ever-smiling, gifted in witty banter, all around her find themselves given to easy smiles. The Maiden's Ritual was her final farewell. Her unyielding smile was not merely a sign that she was enjoying herself, but also a mark of her ironclad determination. Attendant of the Azure Maiden and her lover, calm and given to perfectionism, his steely demeanor is rarely interrupted by a smile. He practices divination magic each day in secret in order to carry out perfectly the amusements sought after by the Azure Maiden. Alright, well, with that being said, friends, these episodes are actually running pretty long, so I'm pretty much going to be editing it out, battles, as far as unless something happens. Like, I may cover level ups, but we'll see. So, but with that being said, it's sad, really. I mean, in a way, it's like, I'm not sure if she's dying per se. I mean, obviously it's her spirit, I don't know, but still, it sucks. So, because this is ultimately Latty's destination, right? So, yeah, but alright, friends, with that being said, it means a lot to me that you spent your time to watch this video. That being said, I know your time is precious, and I will attempt not to waste it. So with that being said, stay true to yourselves and follow your hearts, and I will see you in the next video. Until then, stay safe out there. Alright, bye-bye.